Everybody, this week we're going to talk about one of Jesus' parables. We're going to talk about the parable of the fig tree. Let's go ahead and listen to this story. This is a story that Jesus once told. A farmer planted a fig tree in his vineyard. It grew big and had plenty of leaves. For 3 years he waited for it to have figs, but there were none. "This tree doesn't bear any fruit," the farmer said to his gardener. "Cut it down and plant something else." "Sir," the man replied, "give it 1 more year. I will dig around it, feed and water it so it gives fruit." The gardener got a sharp knife and pruned the tree. He cut out all the dead wood and the thin, useless branches off the leafy fig tree. The fig tree was much smaller when he had finished, and only had a few strong branches. The gardener knew that soon the tree would grow new shoots. Then he dug around the fig tree and fed it with rich compost to make it grow and watered the roots well. With time and sunshine, he hoped for plenty of fruit. The next year, when the farmer came to look at the fig tree, the gardener showed him how much fruit there was since he had pruned and fed it. The tree was laden with figs. Jesus told this story to show us that God uses the hard things that happen to us to build our character. Some things take hard work and patience. So this parable teaches us how life isn't always easy. So the tree grew, but it wasn't having fruit because it had all those extra branches and it wasn't well watered or well fed with fertilizer and that kind of stuff. So the tree was really struggling. Have you ever struggled to do exactly what you were supposed to do because you didn't have something you needed, whether you were really hungry so you couldn't concentrate, kind of like the tree, or you needed help and you didn't have any so you couldn't be successful in your schoolwork or something you were supposed to work on or with sports? We all need help sometimes, just like this tree needed. So the gardener went and pruned it and cut off all those extra branches and gave it plenty of water, and the tree grew more and then had the fruit for the farmer. So that's like us when we eat and then we can concentrate, like when someone comes and helps us with our schoolwork and we learn how to do it and we get the help we need. So this shows us that we need help, but it also shows us we should be the helpers, like the gardener, to help the other people who are struggling, whether it be donating to the food pantry, whether it be helping someone that you see is hurt on the playground, or anything like that. We can be that gardener as well. So this teaches us about ourselves and what we should do for others. This craft, you're going to want a brown paper bag, some green and some purple tissue paper, and a pair of scissors. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my brown paper bag and I'm going to cut several strips. These don't have to be perfect. Mine are a little funky. You can cut as many or as few as you want. Make sure you have at least 5 or 6. And then you're going to take your bag and put it upright. And you're just going to kind of crunch the bottom together. So make sure you're pushing down. As you gather it up and twist a little bit, you're going to kind of form what looks like a tree stump with the bottom of that bag. And then you're going to take those strips you cut and you're going to start twisting them together, just a couple at a time. And this is going to start to look like a tree with no leaves and no branches. Kind of a cool craft. I'm really kind of glad I found this one. It's something different than what I normally do. Then you take another couple of them and twist those up together. I'm just going to keep doing that until you've twisted all the strips together. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the video and then keep doing that until you've twisted all the strips. So here's what my tree ended up looking like. It's a little messy, But this is my barren tree. So what did the gardener do? He cut off all the useless and floppy branches and all the ones that were kind of useless. So I'm going to go, and he just had the big strong branches left. So I'm going to go through and cut off some of mine just like he did. And I'm going to be kind of left with the ones that are standing up a little better and all of that. Then I'm going to take my green paper. So it only started to grow after he took really good care of it and trimmed it all up. So I'm going to take small pieces of tissue paper and I'm going to twist them around my already existing branches. And then my tree starts to come to life a little bit, just like the one did in the story after he took care of it. Just my camera a little bit. And then, after I get some green leaves on there, what color do you think figs are? I had a fig Newton. The inside look like. They're purple, aren't they? So once I get some leaves on my tree, I got a little bit of purple paper too to represent my figs. I'm going to go ahead and cut this one off too. It's kind of a little sad looking. Then I'm going to twist the end of my green paper on. Then I'm going to take a little bit of purple paper. I'm going to cut this really small because figs are pretty little, aren't they? And then I'm just going to kind of twist that on to the end of my green paper. It's going to be my fig, the end of the branch. I'm going to do that for a few of them. So you can see that my fig tree, once I took care of it, started to grow and blossom. There we go. So you can put as much or as little green and purple paper on your tree as you want. We had a great time making your craft this week. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you on Sunday. Bye!